I think there is something interesting in like, I think we're saying like the leader, the visionary, the CEO should be the equivalent of the coach, right? At the same time, we're saying what leaders are experiencing today is that everything's becoming fluid. You have to
Yeah.
be the visionary 1 minute, and then you have to be the operator the
Yeah.
next minute. Like it's almost like where
Mm-hmm.
the leaders are the foreman and not
Yes.
the coach. How kind of if we are aligned with with that analogy, like guardrails
Mhm.
is I think something that you mentioned that exists in sport. Like
Mhm.
the coach has a certain
There's
role.
a time and a place for
That
certain
role
things.
is
Yeah.
being respected.
Yeah.
It's the visionary of the team. It's kind of they set out that strategy.
Mhm.
How did that came to be like that in sport? Like how can we take that and translate that back into the business world and free those visionaries from
I think it's a necessity.
Mm.
So what I'm experiencing, particularly in the Gulf region,
Mm,
is leaders that have like a high propensity for external advisory. And that's also a cultural sensitivity because when you
mhm.
look into like the history of the region, leaders in the Arab world have always had external advisors. That's normal for them.
Interesting.
But when you see how well it works, because there's so many hands on deck, where you bring in advisory and expertise to bring a line of sight that you don't have, the necessity for them is that they all have to meet some very big goals. Like
Mm,
every country in that region has a vision initiative, and there's an end date, and
Mm.
there's no extension.
Mm.
But you got to meet that date, and they're all ahead of schedule. But it's a whole lot of hands. Like it's a village working together,
mm,
and it's a necessity because so as an example, last year I was in Saudi Arabia in May, and I just met all these really impressive women leaders there at this conference. And I would say 60% of them that I met last May that were director level, they're SVPs now.
mm.
It's not even a year.
Wow.
So if you're going that fast, you have to delegate. And that's a bit of a learning journey, which is a challenge. It's not perfect, but they're doing their best. Because another stat in that region that's really sobering is that 66% of workers in the GCC have some form of burnout or mental well-being challenge.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they're going so fast.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
interesting of this, like delegate for sure. But when
Yeah.
there is like the delegation, if you're going that fast, yes, 100%. But to your point, that's a
Yeah.
whole other episode talking about effective delegation
Yeah.
and staying in your swim lanes and being a team and understanding that. So maybe we'll have you guys back. We definitely will and talk to you about it.
Mhm.
But when the costs of not doing that is always this burnout, is this
Yes.
exhaustion. And are you seeing they're openly discussing that? Or is it
Yeah,
like you
it's
got to
becoming
hide that you're
way now.
burnout?
It's
Yeah.
becoming that way now. Um, i- Vulnerability is a thing. Like it is a
Yeah.
thing, and it's they're on that journey right now, and but at the same time, what they're learning now is this narrative around recovery.
Recovery. Yeah.
We got to race the car. We got to have the fastest lap, but
Yeah.
we need to pull the car in for a pit from time to time, change
Yeah.
the tires and put new fuel in it. So
And be intentional about it,
Yeah, be
right? Not
intentional
just
about-
like oh no,
yeah,
I need to go have a
Yeah.
personal
Yeah.
break for 12 months.